Hey guys, just wanted to bring you in as I'm managing another trade. Today is May the 7th, and in the middle of managing a trade that has the sellers have taken control. So aggressive sellers have come in to take control in this respective instance. We broke out of what was more of a balanced area. That was to the upside, and now we're retracing back across the high time frame, high volume node. And so I'm just kind of managing this trade right now to see where I start to see some resistance. There's some liquidity that is targeting around 375. And so I'm going to, kind of stay in this trade looking to get down to 375. We see that these strong candles are taking place. I don't want to see any aggressive buyers step in, and once they do, that might be the sign to get out. But we are, continuing to tread down towards the bottom part of the high time frame, high volume node, and until aggressive sellers get taken out by or until aggressive buyers step in, I'm just going to still lean on the fact that we may traverse to the other side of this high volume node that was created by the higher time frame of 4 hours. It looks like some buyers are trying to step in to provide some resistance. So I'm going to keep an eye on this fight right now to see if they ultimately step in and win. But there is some more liquidity to the downside around 375. So that's my ultimate target. And so I want to hang in here as long as I can to see if we can get down to that at least to that 377 range, and then look to exit out of the trade or to see if there's a significant push that gets us down to the under 375. So 73.75, I should say. So I'll continue to watch this trade, navigate it. Aggressive buyers are trying to step in and absorb the price push down, but we are looking like we can overtake them, hopefully, and continue down to our ultimate take profit target of 73.75. And I'll keep you in the loop. You can kind of observe and watch as this is taking place, and we'll see where we ultimately end up getting. To the upside, we also have a an anchored VWAP. And so if price ultimately comes back and goes above this level, this would be also a logical level to exit the trade in the event that buyers step in and push price back above this level because that was anchored to a key point. But look, we're starting to see aggressive sellers step in. Hopefully, they can push price down to where we are targeting. Um, and go from there. So just kind of sit back and observe what today's trade looks like as we are trying to hit our take profit target. I have my take profit target around 73.72 because what I've noticed over some time is that if we get a significant push down, it will push beyond the liquidity level and then will ultimately hit a level that is under it. And so I want to make sure that if we see a significant spike to the downside, that if it does that, I can have my profit target beyond that liquidity level and hopefully get filled at that point. And so that's why I kind of keep my take profit level a little bit further downward than what most people may do. So I'm going to sit back and kind of observe, see what happens. If we get down to this bottom zone and I start to see some chop, I will also exit the trade because that is the bottom of the high volume, high time frame, high volume node. And if we start to see some chop there, it's to be expected, and I don't want to see it quickly reverse on me. So we are up 1,050 right now. See if we get a significant push down. I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put my stop at around 73.82, or should I give it a little bit more room? I don't want to give back profit, so I'm going to sit here and observe and see if we get a push down below that level. And if we do, then I'll stand pat. We're looking like we're breaching it, but it's being absorbed. See if aggressive sellers can remain in control and push beyond this level of liquidity because there's a liquidity beyond this rectangle that I have in place, which aligns with, the structure, and that's what we expect. So, are we going to be able to push through liquidity, or are those passive buyers going to be able to absorb the aggressive sellers that are coming through? And right now, looks like we're trying to push through. Let's see if we can get beyond that. Aggressive sellers, I see, and I'm also looking at the book map application that allows me to see where liquidity is in the book. And so let me go ahead and stand pat and see what's taking place there as well. So what happened? Aggressive sellers tried to push out of that zone, and passive buyers were present, so they absorbed the aggressive sellers as they were trying to push through, and then more passive buyers were added into the order book to try to absorb the aggressive sellers that are trying to push price down. So that's the wrestling match that you see going on here. You can see it in Bookmap. You can see it if you're using a footprint chart for those of you who might use footprint charts. But you sit there and you kind of watch you get a chance to watch and see what's taking place in the wrestling match that is known as buyers versus sellers and all that fun stuff. So that is, kind of where we are. Let me see if I can actually show you what that looks like. All right, so you should be able to see my book map screen now. So this is the level that I'm hovering over that corresponds to the bottom of the rectangle that you see on the candlestick chart. These are passive buy orders that sit beyond that level. And so when I was talking about waiting to see whether or not aggressive sellers are trying to push price down, if they would be able to overtake these passive buyers. That's the question that we're trying to get an answer to. And if they don't, then price will ultimately reverse back, which could be the case. It's a logical place for it. It's at the edge of the higher time frame, high volume node. And if that's indeed the case, then it could reverse. But we're still trying to see if these aggressive sellers, which are these red globe or red balls on the book map, if they're able to overtake these orders. But we're starting to see aggressive buyers step in at this level as well, which is a symbol of a reversal. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring my stop loss down, and we're going to put it at the top of this candle. We'll put it there to see if indeed we can see if the aggressive buyers are actually going to take control at this point. And if they do, we don't want to give back too much profit. Looks like the aggressive sellers are stepping back in. And so once again, we have our wrestling match that's taking place. See if we can absorb and continue to push down. Aggressive sellers stepped in and see pricing is starting to push back down again. So this is the wrestling match. This is where you start to see whether reversals happen or if a continuation will take place. And so this book map software allows you to see that, which is great. All right, it gives you a chance to see what's taking place in the order book, allows you to stay in trades longer if you start to see the favorable result. But that's kind of what we're looking at, trying to see what's going to take place around this level right here that I'm hovering. Uh, Whether price is going to be absorbed, sellers are going to be absorbed, or whether they are going to finally be able to break through. So that's the question. We'll get the answer here hopefully shortly, and then decide whether or not to take profit or to watch and see where the continuation will lead us. So right now we're starting to continue to see the big red balls there, which symbolize significant sale orders. And so that's what I'm doing now, just trying to watch and see if we'll get that continuation to the downside, which I am hoping, because I would love to continue to take advantage of this particular trade. We're up 1275. I'm going to bring the, the stop loss to right underneath that edge, and then we're going to let this thing play out. I'm going to let this thing play out. Either I'm going to get stopped out right around the edge of that high volume node, high time frame, high volume node, or we're going to continue to push downward. So that's what my hope is. Let's go ahead and take you back to the candlestick chart screen. And if you are interested in Bookmap and have questions, please let me know. I've been using Bookmap for several years now, and it's been a game changer to my trading. Day in the life of trading. Next level of liquidity to the downside is 73.70. So if we can break beyond 73.75, that will be my next target. Like that level, trying to continue to hold. As long as aggressive buyers don't step in, we should be okay. Where are we? Continuing to the downside. And if we break into this level, put our target about 50% down. Um, Man, we're continuing to free fall. Not going to give any extra profits up here. Go ahead and move my stop loss. Let's go ahead and put this towards the bottom. That way I don't have to keep moving it. Man, see if we start to see any hint of buyers stepping in, and I'm starting to see it. I don't know if I want to continue to fight this. Um, Aggressive buyers stepping in. I'm trying to keep above 73.70, 75 would be another level that if buyers overtake it, we might be in trouble. So let's go ahead 73.70, 75. Let's put our stop loss there. All right. see if we can continue to see strong selling. Aggressive buyers have stepped in. See if we can hold them off and continue to the downside. Yep, they're stepping in, trying not to lose control at this particular level. We're getting ready to get stopped out. That's okay. Great trade. We'll take it. We'll take it. So that's how that works. Navigating, managing trades. Um, yeah, so I think that was a good trade for us. So I wanted to bring you in the loop on this, and hopefully you were able to gain something from it. All right. Talk to you later.